Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. If you're watching this, your internet is probably working, and we find ourselves in the cartographer. We are going to be testing our island, the island that we've spent quite a long time making. It's not complete. There are still a few things we need to do to it. So what I'm going to do is left click and drag it over the square over here, over the mission square, and go yes. So now it is in the game. We're going to apply that. Saving the world data, done. Dungeon rings, right? Okay, so that's where we need to be. That's where we currently are, the big red square. And these are the islands we have created before. So we've spent a lot of time on these 4 islands actually. And I think this one was the first island that we created. So this is that from the 101 series that we did. This is our current home island. So all these 6. Yep. So this will be the 7th island. So what we're going to do is hit back and continue. Okay, we are now back in the game. This is it's been a while. It's been a while. We've got our farms. We've got our sort of World War II turrety thing there. The old bit of wreck. Okay, this is fine. It's fine. The time is 7:22 in the morning, which is okay. UV index is very high. This is kind of cool. There's a lot more detail on the watch now. Status effects, health regeneration. Okay, fine. That's actually really useful. So the UV index is very high today. Has the water changed? Oh, we won't be able to see that. Not until the sun comes up and it's about 10 o'clock. Right, okay. We don't have aloe in this world, which is one of the problems that we are facing. One of the reasons why we've kind of been delaying the deployment of our current island, the one we've been working on. This is what we have been working with. It's okay. I mean, it's okay, but I think we could do better. What we're going to do is, even though we're about to switch to God mode, we are going to make sure we've got some food and water and the like with us. So we're going to hit the empty clay water bottle. We're just going to fill this up. God mode will allow you to fly, but it won't. Let's see. All of these are full. That's some new sounds for that. Okay, fine. Okay. We'll pick these up. Make sure our food and water is actually click. Okay, cool. We might actually get sunburn. That's the big problem. We got some smoked large meat. We're not going to be saving any progress at this point. All we need to do is go and test the island, make sure there are no gaps, make sure everything works, make sure spoiled. Okay. I think I remember where we were from last time. So what we're going to do is stand in the shade. There we go. And that's this is awkward. Okay, fine. We're going to hit the / and we're going to go dev tools.god. There we go. We're cheating now. If this game, when this game goes live, I'd love to see those tools stay in the game, because as a person who does stuff on YouTube, it would be quite handy to have that just to set things up. So the time and the ability to fly around. What we're going to do is take this raft as well. There's a little bit of lag. Things are going to get a little bit interesting. So we're going to take this guy. We need to head towards that way, I think. I think it's this way. Well, we'll soon find out if it's not. So I'm holding down right mouse button. Yeah, I believe it is. And we're just cruising over the ocean. Now, there's a reason why we have the motor raft with us. And you will find out momentarily. Because, you can kind of feel this island loading in. This island that we're heading towards. Now, this is the old home island. And as you cruise around, you tend to find that you're moving so quick that it doesn't really give the island a chance to load everything in properly. So if we just to fly over to the island, we might cause bugs and things. So I think it's this one here. Yes. Yeah, we've been here before. We've been here before in a very old version of the map. So that, I believe, is the island that we've been making. Right, okay. So we'll drop you down there. Boop. And what we're going to do is pop out of God mode. Do we need to pop out of God mode? I don't... okay, let's do it. Can I hear any sharks? There are no sharks on the island we're heading towards, but it doesn't mean there won't be anything. Let's head out of this, because this is going to be a bit of an odd thing to watch. Okay, tool OLS dot. I can't even see my keyboard. GOD, right. So now we're changed that to false. We're now running around. We're probably going to get sunburn. Sylvie, whatever. That kind of looks... That's really detailed. No. Press jump to climb. I can't remember how to do this. E to interact. Okay, fine. And then we'll just... What is that noise? I'm turning this down. My headset is being turned down. I'm deaf. No, that's the... Oh, that's so much better. Yeah. I don't need this. Well, I do need this. But what I don't need is to go freaking deaf by my own headphones. So, while we're cruising towards the island, doing it this way gives it a lot longer time to load, and so if there's any sort of load-related bugs, we're not going to run into them because we're not flying towards the island. I believe this is our island. Ooh, this would be... Oh, yeah, I know where we are. We're heading towards the submarine. Brilliant. So you can see everything disappear and then pop in as the billboard is replaced by the actual island itself. What we need to do is check... Oh yeah, look, the sea is so much clearer. Cool. So we'll jam this here. This is actually one of the bays that we created in order to land very, very quickly. So we could get a raft in real quick. And there's no other islands in that direction. And kind of the frames are actually alright. This is the submarine that we created. Look at it. It's kind of interesting. So this submarine we created, this is kind of neat, actually. Just seeing it actually in the game. So, yeah, wood crate spawns on top, so that's fine. We are going to have a problem with sunburn, I think. Yeah, probably. If we take a dip in the sea, we'll see that... There we go. The sea is now populated by little fishies, and it's populated with seaweed and kind of cool. So some of these rocks are stuff that we've put in. I don't think there are any sharks and stuff around. I'm not seeing any sharks. No. Okay. One of the things we did was to brush out the back of the submarine. So we've got this kind of rocky bit here, which is fine. Can we crouch? No. Can we crouch? Yes, we can. Okay. So we've got this rocky bit here, but it's kind of blended in with the rest of the world. I'm kind of okay with that. I think what we'll do is we'll do a once round of the island just to make sure there are no surprises, nothing odd. So we've got barrel. That's one of the things that will just be put in the world by the game itself. Oh yeah, we got... Let's jump up here. It's feeling... I think the world itself needs to be reset. I think we've probably got too many items in it, which is why it's stuttering a lot. I think even with the computer we have, the world is just too much. The world is not enough. No, the world is way too much. The barrow. Okay, we're gonna do a once round of the island and probably get sunburn while we're doing it. So little, almost subtle depressions in the terrain. So that's the barrel with the... this is nice. Yeah, this is nice. Actually, seeing it in the flesh, so to speak. Because when we made this, I was like, do we need a ficus there? No, it's okay. It's cool. This is one of the bits we pulled out last episode. Look, we're bouncing around like a butts made of jello. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the big sort of apron area on the outside of the island. It gives you a kind of a shallow to swim around in. So having pulled this out isn't too bad. There are no trees floating, which is okay. I'm liking this. This is the swamp we made. Yes, this is swamp. We'll just check, make sure we're not burning to death. Health regeneration, we're okay. It's not that deep, not massively deep. It's not too odd. It doesn't look out of place. No, this looks fine. It's absolutely fine. So that's nice. Whoa, there we go. There's something we need to look into. So these roots aren't quite clipped into the ground. All right. We'll do something about that when we get back to the editor. Everything else is fine, looks like. I'm still having problems with frames. Why am I having problems with frames? I got 16 cores working on this game. 16 cores? That's a lot of cores. Yes, it is. So this is part of the beach that we haven't actually brushed out or anything. Let's have a look. That thing there, that spiky ass thing there. You don't want to go touching that. That's I think that's a sea urchin. Yeah, it doesn't move. So you'll still get lionfish and stuff, even if you haven't put sharks in, and you get stuff like this, which is a sea urchin. Touch that, and you're going to be poisoned. Yes, sirree. So these wrecks, even though they're decorative, they'll still drop wood crates, and some of the wrecks will drop wood crates down in places which are kind of odd. This is one of the... So this area here was kind of flat, and we were going to do something about it, but it doesn't look too bad. We might throw a tree in or something here. That'd be kind of cool. Just the little details. Is there even any water there? Huh. I wonder if there's a... Somebody was saying there's tides and they only raise about a sort of... No, there's a bit of water there. Might be interesting to see if that is a thing or if it's just apocrypha. So, the rock bridge. Right, okay. So this is one of the early features we put in, and we were like, is this going to be too high or not? No, this looks okay. Looks fine. I think we're having problems every time we look this direction on the map, because that's where all the other islands are. But if we look this direction, we shouldn't have too much. I don't know if it's something to do with billboarding or looking at the other islands. I don't know. Mind you, there's other islands out there. Oh, okay. We could do something with this. It's a little bit lumpy. But this is this little river inlet. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. This area here could do with something. Maybe a ficus or something just overhanging, or maybe a bit of cliff or something. I don't know. This isn't too bad. We put some rocks here just to. Yeah, what's this rock doing here? Are these? I think that might have been. I don't think that's something we've put there. We wouldn't have put that there. I don't think. They're kind of in the way. That's the problem. The game will put stuff in the way, whether you want it to or not. And I think it will always put that there. Which means if you are going to be coming in on a raft, especially a big old raft, you might find yourself in trouble if you're trying to turn this into a kind of... whoa. That's a starfish. It's okay. Turn it into a little harbour area. We don't know what it's going to be like if there's storms. What are we doing? We're just doing it once around of the outside. So we've seen a little bit of lumpiness in the terrain, which can be smoothed off. We've identified a few things that we could probably do to make things a little bit better. Just having a look in the sea, making sure everything's okay out there. All right. The cliff, that's not too bad. This beach, we could probably do something with this beach, make it a little bit more interesting. What is the time of day? It is we can change the time of day. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. So this is kind of the outer beach. Probably do something with this as well. So there's lots of little tweaks we can do once we've seen the island and actually seen what it's. There's the sun. 3 o'clock. It's looking real dark for 3 o'clock. So we'll just hop over here. Hop, hoppity hop, hop, hoppity hop. Come on, boy, you can do it. Over here. Right, this works. It's not too bad. Okay, this is one of the physics objects. We put these above the ground, but they drop down onto the ground, so that's okay. And there's a little bit of fruit. What's the? Yeah, water's down. We can probably just take it. When we were not saving this, we're going to be doing a little bit more editing. Huh, that's interesting. The tips of this plant has... Yeah, look, there's little bits of plant floating in nowhere. I think that's where... So you would have drawn the sort of plant texture, the leaf texture down. And then the areas in between the leaves would be, I'm guessing, an alpha transparency. Except the very tips of this plant still haven't been erased out or brushed out. So you're seeing bits floating. That's nothing to do with us. That is to do with the game itself. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Nearly 4 o'clock. Oh, no. The sun. It is hidden by clouds. Apparently volumetric clouds will give us some frames. Maybe I'm going to have to go through another sesh of trying to work out how to best optimize the game, or maybe it's just because it's early access and the game is in a constant state of flux and a optimization pass hasn't been done in a while. Who knows? Who knows? We're going to go dev tools dot time and just check and make sure I'm spelling that right. And we're going to go 9, and now it is 9 o'clock. And the UV index is very high, but we're okay because there's plenty of shade on this island, which is really, really cool by design, by the way. Submarine. Oh, look at that contrast. Look at that contrast. So the contrast, we're looking into the sun. In fact, if we look away, do things get brighter and more saturated? Maybe. Things should be more contrasty and... okay. So submarine's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it might be. The butt is kind of in the water. Huh, I thought it was out of the water. Interesting. What is going on with the sea level? I don't know. But it's not... I mean, it's not too bad. It's... It does what it needs to do. I think that's all we can say about that. This is here. So this wood crate would have just, I guess, spawned off one of these. So that would be on the top anyway, and we knew about that. It might have been this thing here. So there's actually 3 wrecks there. This quite helpfully spawned exactly where we thought it was going to spawn. And these jerry can, a bit of barrels, and... Beans. Not a problem. Okay, fine. That's good. We will just work our way onto the interior of the island then. The kind of iconic rock bridgey thing that we still need to do something with. And the barrow and... this will be interesting. So to see this kind of in the flesh, as it were. Yeah, this is alright. This is potato plants. Are they potato plants? Potato. Yeah, it's not too bad. Kind of looks like a collapsed hallway. There's some grass texture showing through, but I don't really mind too much. You can't really go in there. Not a problem. Trees. There's a lot less foliage. We haven't done a second foliage pass. We haven't put the sort of the ground plants in yet. So a lot of the islands are going to be fairly absent of stuff. I would have thought there would have been some fish around in the river. We're bobbing around in the river. But there isn't. There aren't. These are kind of just touching the water. That's not a problem. Okay. So it was, can we get in there? We can kind of clip into it. All right. Because people might try and do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's not going to be fun if you try and get in there. But we haven't got stuck, so that's okay. We can get up there. We can get up here. Yeah, all right, that works. That works a treat. So we've looked in this area here. It kind of doesn't feel massive. Is there a reason for coming here? That's the thing. Are there any food? Is there any wrecks or anything? We might need to put some wrecks and stuff in. These big old palm trees, they got some coconutties, which is cool. Yeah, we might do something with wrecks so that it's like, hey, you know what? You want to come over here? I think that'd be nice, real nice. Starfish, cool. Yeah, and we need to do those roots. So this, let's go this way. Let's go this way and come along here. So this was one of the paths that we created, and does it look a path with all the grass and stuff growing over it? It's not too bad. We've got the wall thing here. So for us, we've got grass. For some people, they might not actually have that, but it's kind of defined, I guess. We've got some rocks there, so it's subtle, It's only there if you're looking for it. That's okay. Fish pond. Is there anything here? Ooh. Was that a fish? Or was that a leaf? Shadow of a leaf. Don't know. I suppose you could also come in here if you've got sunburning, like, oh, I need to cool down. Oh. Not that that's how that works. What is that? What is that? That's a plant. Okay, fine. I keep seeing something at the corner of my eye thinking, oh, that's a fish, but it's not. I think that's just either a shadow or just... But interesting that water is completely calm. Yeah, all right. So maybe at some point fish will like clip through there or something. We've had a look at this, which is nice. Everything here is okay. Well, no, it's not. Absolutely not. No, this ficus is floating about a foot off the ground. That is completely wrong. Okay, so I'm glad I saw that. That's nice. So, but that one is actually in the ground. Yeah. Whoa. That's actually really quite wrong. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is swim through here. Why not? We got a little... So these paths that we created, everything that was super important, it just ends up being very subtle. Almost like throwing a pinch of salt into a soup. That kind of salt. This with all this grass and everything. Again, we knew this was going to happen. Oh, some fruit there. We knew this was going to happen. So, like these little stones, the grass just covers them over. In fact, the grass clips through them. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. But, okay. So we are on top of the hill. It's not as steep as I thought it was going to be. It's one of the rock arches, so we can just hop over here. Okay, yucca. Good. And then the world. Yeah, I'm pretty sure sea translucency has been adjusted, which is nice. And I'm also pretty sure there's nothing more out there. Cool. So what we'll do, I don't think there's a problem with frames on this particular island, which is nice. But I think it's just the world. Is it? What does this look like? That's all right. I think it's just the world. I'll tell you what we could do with stuff like this. If the grass... Oh, no, we can't. As if the grass is too much, we could just turn it into sand, but... We might do the same. I might do it over there, actually. Sort of just tidy this up here, make it a more definite path. The stone circle with its bits of wood. Okay, so the wood seems to have moved. That's okay. It's all right. And... yeah, it just looks like a bunch of ruins on an island that time has very much forgotten about. Got some trees, some fruit trees. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't look too bad at all, actually. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. In that, you can never really tell in the editor whether things are going to be complete ass. So further away, you can see that there's stuff in the ground, and then as you get closer to it, the grass kind of forms in. Right. It will only affect you if you're on a certain graphics level. Some people won't have that anyway. The houses. What do these look like? These look like a ruin in a forest. They don't look like we spent an entire episode making them. Again, the grass is clipping through the rock. Don't know if that can be tweaked. I'm guessing not. I guess probably not. So if you are making a map, one of the things you are going to need to be aware of is that if you don't want rock to be grass to be coming through the rock, then you are gonna need to raise it up probably about 15 centimeters, 6 inches, something like that. But in the meantime, I don't know. I think it's you either go for something that's very subtle and overgrown, or you go for something that's there's supposed to be a gap there. No, I think these two posts are doing a good job of signaling the... okay, so this is going to be interesting. So this is the trench that we made in the forest. Can we walk through it? Yes, we can. Does it serve a purpose? No, it's just an archaeological curiosity. And there was another house. Oh no, this is the wall that we created. Again, we might need to raise these up a little bit just to have the grass not clip through them. Interesting. Okay, well, it's good that we're testing the island now and we can make these tweaks. See, these are okay. I don't mind these with the sort of stone circles. Look up. And the trees. Oh, the trees are alright, actually. Once you look up, you could be... Well, you could be anywhere. You could be in the Midwest America, chewing on gummy bears and talking to your horse. Okay, cool. And I guess the last place is this sort of flat area here, which we kind of earmarked for maybe potential house building. I mean, you can pretty much build a house anywhere. You can build it out over the sea if you want. But this is a nice flat area. You can do a bit of farming here. So it's not too bad. I'm thinking, I think there's some things we do need to tweak. Definitely. So we need to tweak a couple of plants, which is fair enough, absolutely fine. We do need to raise up some of this rock so the grass isn't sort of going through it as much. It's way too close to the ground, so we need to pull it up a bit. It's going to be a balance, I guess, between people who would play this map on ultra or high settings with the grass texture, and people would play on low or laptop settings without any grass texture. So they might see more chunky rocks and stuff, but you know, it's a balance. It's a balance, and we wouldn't know about that until we actually came into the game itself. As far as the size of the island, we could do more to include the vision. I'm thinking maybe put some larger cliffs or something in just to stop people being able to see from one side of the island to the other. It's not too bad the way it is. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm just looking at the way the light is playing on the island. So as we get into evening, the paths, streams, anywhere where there's water, it's less blue and more translucent. I'm going to go underwater. Oh yeah, no, that is terrifying. Whoa. Even a fish suddenly becomes terrifying. Okay, cool. So we've learned a bit, we learned quite a lot actually, about our islands and what it looks like, and we can kind of see what it's looking like at different times of day. It's not bad. As a home island, this is just a place that we would set up a house, set up a bunch of farms and stuff. I'm liking this area here with the pine forests. I think we can throw in a lot of ground foliage to actually make it a bit more interesting. We can do the same thing on the other side. We could probably actually throw in quite a lot more ground foliage, especially over there, to break up this kind of flat grass texture. And yeah, just pull the rocks up a bit. I think that'll do. One last thing to test. I'll tell you what. DevTools time. DevTools.time. And let's go 10. There we are. I tell you what, if you are doing a YouTube series, there's a lot of things you need to know, and stuff like that is one of them. Are we dying yet? Status effect. No. Status effect's gone from healthy to no status effect, so we're probably not long before a bit of sunburn. Yeah, knowing things like search engine optimization and how people find videos is one thing, and the other thing is all the little codes for games so that it makes it easier for you just to record a banging series. Cool. The last thing we need to do on this island is, can we survive? Yes we can. We can totally survive jumping off there, which is one of the important things. Oh, I suppose we also need to check and make sure all of these are actually in the ground. They are in the ground. That is good. Brilliant. So I think there's only one thing left to do. We're going to have to go back to the editor, do a foliage pass, and tweak all the things that we need to tweak. So the rocks that far at the ground, they work. Good. excellent, absolutely brilliant. And you know what? I'm going to leave it there. So if you're liking this series, if you've been following along with the map editor and you haven't subscribed, I would say give it a little cheeky subscribe. There's nothing to lose and it's completely free. And you know what? I'll catch you guys next time.